we're going to talk about my magical sales script that's going to help you close kits on calls in 15 minutes. I've got so many trainings about this, but I've never just done a standalone video. So here you go. I'm going to read my script. It's yours. You're welcome. Just book some calls in. All right. If you need a hand, comment below and I'll give you a hand. But I would love to see you closing kits like a boss. So let's talk about it. I use this script constantly. I close 5-figure sales with it. I close $1,000 sales with it. I close $200 sales with it. I close home essentials kits with it. I close LRP with it. It's the same script, really. It works because I'm shutting up, I'm hearing their problems, and I'm making sure I understand that the product suits their needs. And then I can sell them the right thing, yeah? So I'm going to tell you word for word, the most effective things to say. First, step 1 when you start talking to your client. So why did you decide that right now is the time to get started? What moment led to us having this phone call today? Is there one in particular? The best question to start with is one that helps them make their own connections to figure out why they actually made the decision to be open to your product. And also remind them that they're here because they want to be here. You're not holding them captive. They can hang up at any time, right? Decisions like actually purchasing something are an emotional one through and through. Sales is an exchange of certainty. You're certain your product works. They're feeling emotional about their pain and they want some of that certainty. And when you know that you've got the solution, that's a bloody great exchange, is it not? So if you ask them to structure a bit of logic behind it, they'll happily fill in the blanks for you. Because if you've got certainty and you know that you are matching them to the right product, whatever that may be, this will work. And that brings certainty of its own, yeah? So 1, why did you decide that right now is the best time to jump on a call with me? What made you interested in talking with me as opposed to later? Is there anything in particular? 2, help them decide you are the correct person to bring them this product. So ask them specifically why they chose you. So why did you choose me to enroll with a kit from all the options out there, or not just jumping on the doTERRA website? Do you know other wellness advocates? Have you used essential oils before? Helping them logically connect up why it's you, it's just going to remind them that you're going to serve them best, yeah? And if they're not sure, well, explain to them why it's best that they buy it through you. It's pretty straightforward. And if you've done your job during the marketing process like we talk about, and you've generated your lead in the right way, and you've said to them, is this a now thing or is this something later on for you? And, you know, they're choosing now, you've got their urgency locked in, you know they're ready, they'll answer this question correctly every time. That won't be a problem to answer. Next, figure out what's holding them back from where they want to be. And what you say is, right, so what do you feel right now is holding you back from getting the results you want to in your family life, with your health, whatever you know their issue to be, or whatever they've brought up with you as a pain point while you're having your conversion chat in Messenger, that's what you're asking. So what do you feel like is holding you back the most from where you want to get to? You're asking this because you want them to understand what their biggest pain points are that the product can solve, but also you want to know like what's going to be the best fit for them, right? Use their name, be sincere. This is where you're really going to know how to serve them best. So dig deep. And another follow-up question you can ask. So if I asked you to just pick one thing that you feel is really stopping you from getting on top of this one issue you just mentioned, what would that one thing be? And just let them go in on that and listen to their pain and what they need support with the most, right? Because you're helping extend the gap from where they are to where they want to be so that they can see that too and that they need this product. And if there isn't a gap, look, they probably don't need you. But again, if you follow the process, you know they do. 4, where do you want to be in 12 months with all of this? What will this look like for you? What does a healthy, happy family home look like? You mentioned to me earlier that you want to detox. Talk to me in 12 months, what does a detoxed home and family environment look like for you? And then follow it up and reinforce it. That's awesome. That makes sense. I've got heaps of wellness advocates in my community that have done the exact same thing. Here's some of their results. Look, it must be so frustrating trying to get on top of everything. So let me ask you this. With all of this, where do you want to be in 12 months' time? And like, get specific again. Where do you want to be with that, like the low tox kitchen? Where do you want to be with making those changes in your medicine cupboard and switching over to some natural solutions? What does that look like? What do you want to remove? What do you want to find replacements for? And what are the biggest issues? And lastly, make sure you're repeating back everything so that they know that you're listening. So just get permission. And look, I really appreciate you sharing all of this with me. It's really helped me to understand how I can serve you best and get the right products and kit into your home. Is it okay if I let you know what I'm hearing and correct me if I'm wrong? And they will say, yes, of course. You go, great. So what I'm hearing is you would like to get started with blah, blah, blah. You want your kids to sleep better. You want your kitchen to be low tox, but you're not sure exactly where to start with that or what products you need. I'm also hearing that you're kind of struggling with some occasional head tension, and also you're wanting to explore ways to regulate your monthly cycle if possible. But you really need to make sure that you've got like a consistent set of multiple oils at home and school so that you don't struggle with remembering to use it. Does that all sound about right? And I'll be like, yes, that's exactly what I need. This is why I haven't used them consistently before. Amazing. Okay. Is it okay if I let you know what I'm thinking for you in this situation? And pause. And they will say, yes, of course, please do. And you'll say, I am thinking, and look, you can say, look, the reason I'm so confident that this will help you is because I've helped someone with a really similar issue, and within 3 months, here's their results, right? So I recommend X, Y, Z. Spell it out. Don't go nuts, just sell and then stop. And say, does that sound like a plan? If they're ready to buy, they're going to say, how much is it? And you let them know. You take their card, take their details, put the sale in, and let them get off the phone. Let them know the one next step and just let them get off the phone. It's really draining having a sales call and talking about your pain. So that's a really great one for you. Does that sound like a plan? Now, they might bring up an objection. They might go, oh, look, I'm not sure. I'll need to hear the prices first. If they're bringing up objections, you're going to solve them. Now, look, be ready to handle it. An objection's not a no. I need to check with my partner. I can't commit to buying anything for another 2 weeks. Sorry, I didn't let you know. I'm not sure if it's the best fit for me right now because I want to use my other products first. Whatever that is, solve that problem for them using the tools and resources that you've got. If they're saying no, they will use the word no. If they don't say no, they're asking you to solve the problem to see if it's still viable that they buy a kit. That's why it's called objections and not solutions, right? So your thing is the solution. If they have less than complete certainty that your kit is the answer, they're going to ask you questions until you either give them certainty or they've established that you're not certain about it either. So answer their objections. And then what I would like you to say is, where would you like to go from here? And then you just stop talking. And they are either going to say, okay, great. That sounds good. How much is it? Let's go. Or they already know the price because it already came up. Or they're just going to say, look, it's not for me right now. I can personally guarantee you 80%, if you've done this correctly, 80 to 100% of people that you've taken through conversion chat, that you've generated leads using my system, and you've gotten on a call and they've passed all of these checks, will buy a kit on the phone. Get the details, take the payment, welcome them as a new customer, get the payment over the phone. Otherwise, you haven't actually closed the sale, have you? So make sure you've got all the customer information you need, get a paper checklist, make sure it's handy, thank them for their time, let them know that they'll get an email, and that's pretty much it. And if you finish your sales calls and every time you think, oh, all my clients asked me to email them the info, you can't close on the call. My clients are different. The problem isn't the client. It's your sales methodology. You're not doing it correctly. I'm telling you with complete certainty your sales process is wrong. You need to be generating leads correctly. You need to be pre-qualifying everybody you get on the phone using the correct questions, right? Follow my system, check my YouTube, buy my resources and tools. This is not rocket science. You should not be getting on the phone with someone who you're not confident whether or not they're ready to buy a kit. when I'm getting on the phone with somebody to buy a kit, they've already told me they want to buy a kit. They're just choosing their kit. So that makes this much easier. Even if they're not certain, I'm always saying to them, right, well, let's have a phone call. I'll take you through. Let's find what's going to be a good fit. At the end of the call, I'll let you know what I think will be best, and you can make a decision on whether or not you're going to buy it. Does that sound like a plan? And they'll be like, oh, that's a plan. It's a plan. Where would you like to go from here? So where would you like to go from here? If you would like to work with me further, jump inside the Oily Bundle. I would be so excited. Link in comments. Come meet Jenny Bittner, the Epic Sales Queen. Hang out with me. Or head over and follow me on YouTube, Kat Avianic. There's a video a day for the next 3 months. I'm going to be teaching you sales. I'm going to be teaching you lead generation, marketing, all the great squishy stuff. And I can't wait to hang out with you some more.